Hey there everybody, and welcome to Grand Canyon National Park, more specifically the south rim of Grand Canyon National Park. And I thought today was a good day with this beautiful sunset view of the Grand Canyon here in northern Arizona. It's a perfect day for me to do a What's in My Landscape Photography Camera Bag 2022 edition. So first thing I'm going to start with, what I am shooting this video on right now is my Panasonic Lumix G85 with a Rode Video microphone on top. The lens is a Lumix Leica 8 to 18 millimeter lens. I did a video on that lens just recently at Gooseneck State Park in southern Utah. I can link to that video up above if you want to check that one out. But that is what I generally vlog. That's my vlogging setup. G85 with an 8 to 18 Lumix Leica lens with the Rode Video Micro for audio on top. Honestly, the Lumix G85 paired with this Lumix Leica 8 to 18 millimeter lens is, I think, just absolutely incredible for video and for vlogging. I am just so happy with the image quality that comes out of this combo, this camera lens combo. I don't really see myself changing it anytime soon. I just think it's just such a sharp image. It's very wide, so it's good for capturing the kind of stuff that I shoot. The wide, massive vistas and landscapes like the Grand Canyon here behind me, so super pleased with that setup. And also the Rode Video Micro has pretty amazing audio as well, so I'm very happy with this setup. For my photography, as some of you guys know who watch my videos regularly probably know, I'm mostly using the Lumix G9 here for all of my photos. This is a phenomenal camera body and the image quality is fantastic. I've been using this camera since August of 2020. Ridiculously happy with it. I also recently put out a video about this, which you can go watch on my channel if you'd like to, talking about the Lumix G9 and how I feel about it after using it for the past year and a half. But yeah, long story short, amazing IBIS in this camera. The built-in image stabilization is incredible. So that's something I definitely rely on heavily with this camera that I love. Also, the build quality is absolutely on point. It's built like a tank. I've dropped this thing in parking lots before. There's not even like a mark on it from it. Absolutely amazing. 20 megapixel sensor in there, which is plenty for me. And yeah, I love the ergonomics of this camera. Just fantastic. Very happy with it so far. Now, I do own 3 other lenses other than the Lumix Leica 8 to 18. The one I use the most often, other than the 8 to 18, which I pair with my G9 quite regularly for shooting landscapes, is the Lumix 45 to 150 millimeter telephoto. Honestly, like half the images that you probably see in my vlogs might actually be shot with this lens paired with a G9. I almost always have in this camera, and pretty much the vast majority of my images, I'd say probably 95% of my images are either shot with this 45 to 150 or the 8 to 18, which I'm filming this video with right now. This is a very affordable lens. This thing is only like $250 brand new. I got it used from mpd.com, I believe it is. They do like used camera gear and stuff, and I think I bought it for like less than $100 for this lens used, and it was in excellent condition. I've been using it for over a year now. So thrilled with it as a telephoto. Very small, lightweight, which is great for me doing hiking and stuff like that. I need a lightweight camera bag, or as lightweight as possible. This 45 to 150 gets the job done for sure, and yeah, for a cheap lens, it's absolutely incredible. I do own 2 other lenses that I don't use all that often, but the one that I use like the third most of all ones that I have is the secondary zoom lens that I have. This was my primary lens for like a year, or probably almost 2 years. The first 2 years I was shooting landscape photography, and that is the Lumix 12 to 60 millimeter kit zoom lens. So this is the lens that actually comes with the G85. This is the third one I've owned because I broke the first 2 that I had. So yeah, I bought another one. But yeah, it's a secondary zoom lens that I use basically as a secondary lens to my 8 to 18 that I'm still filling this with right now. So I'll take photos with this occasionally. I do use this for B-roll sometimes in my vlogs. It's a solid secondary zoom lens to have, and it's incredibly versatile. 12 to 60 millimeter focal range is amazing, and yeah, it's a pretty affordable lens. Again, I think I picked this one up used, I want to say from Adorama actually, for like $210 US in excellent condition. So really great deal, great value for the money with this lens as well. And the 4th lens I have, and also the least used lens, really because I find it to be more specialty for what I'm going to shoot with this 25 millimeter Lumix Prime lens. It's 25 mil 1.7, so it's pretty good for shooting in low light conditions. Personally, for me, for landscape photography, it's not quite wide enough, but I do use it occasionally, and I've gotten some really nice images with this lens in the past. I will also use it for B-roll in my vlogs sometimes, because I do like the bokeh and shallow depth of field you can get with this lens. It is a prime which is nice to have at least one prime in your bag. So that's my fourth lens, the one I use the least amount, but it's also a pretty amazing lens in the right scenarios. So I do like to keep this one in my bag. I'd say the next thing to talk about here are ND filters. I do have ND filters that I use from time to time. This is a variable ND filter for my 8-18. I'll use this if I want to like do longer exposures of waterfalls and flowing water and stuff like that in the daytime. It is variable, so you can kind of turn that there to make it brighter or dimmer, whichever you need, depending on how long an exposure you're doing. This one is by company Bauer, I believe. It's pretty good, well-made ND filter. As far as holding all of my camera gear in my backpack, which the backpack I'll get here in just a second, I use this f-stop small shallow ICU, I believe. So you kind of zip this open, there's all these compartments inside of it. You can kind of set up how you want it to be. I try to keep all my gear just in the one. I do own a smaller one, but that's more of just for storing camera gear. This one's really my main one that I actually carry with me hiking, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like a lot of landscape photographers actually use like actual photography backpacks for hiking, stuff like that. I don't have a photography backpack. I've been using this Osprey Escapist 25 liter bag for the past like almost 3.5 years now. Osprey bags are absolutely amazing. I kind of swear by them. They're like Osprey Almighty guarantee, where basically they cover this bag for the lifetime of its existence. So they will either repair or replace your bag for free forever. Even I believe you're not the original owner of the bag, but I did buy this one brand new. I will probably be sending it into that at some point to get some repairs done, because I really, I'm pretty hard on my gear, and it's got some wear to it for sure. So yeah, Osprey, you'll probably be seeing this bag at some point because it's going to need some repairs. But yeah, Osprey bags are amazing. So yeah, that's the Osprey Escapist 25. For my tripod, which I'm obviously using to film this right now, I actually use my tripod a lot more for my vlogs and shooting video clips than I do for photography. Like I've said in previous videos, I don't really enjoy using a tripod for photography. That's probably not a normal thing for photographers to say. I prefer shooting handheld, and these Lumix cameras allow me to do that because the IBIS in these cameras are so good. This is a Mi Photo road trip tripod, and I've had this one again I think for about 3.5 years, and it's been pretty good. It's just a black and blue aluminum tripod, lightweight, folds up pretty small, and I can kind of just put it on the side of my backpack and bring it with me. But it's a tripod, you know, it does what tripods do. I don't really think there's much to talk about with that. A couple of other odds and ends. I think this is actually one of the most important pieces of camera gear that I own. It's not a camera or a lens. It is this Ulanzi Fallcam F38 backpack camera clip. This is one of the best purchases I've ever made, and it allows you, you'll see it in my videos. If you watch my videos, you always see my camera, my G9 normally, hooked here on my camera strap. That is why. So this thing, yeah, your camera just kind of slides in and out of this, and it holds it, you know, very well. It like snaps into place, and you know, I can go handheld, just have my camera is always right there where I can access it. So yeah, this is an absolute necessity for me, and I love this thing. I've been using it for over a year now, and it's great. I do have a video about this on my channel if you want to watch the video about this. I do have another quick release from Ulanzi, which is on my tripod as well, so I have a quick release system. I set up my tripod, and the same thing works on the backpack strap clip. And one more fun extra thing that maybe you wouldn't expect that I carry in my bag, but on pretty much every single hike that I go on, I actually carry this Canon AV1 35mm SLR. I carry this with me on pretty much every hike I do, and I just take photos of it occasionally when I'm out shooting. So I do shoot a little bit of film with this 35mm Canon AV1, which is actually the only thing you can control in this camera is the aperture. The shutter is automatic, so it was kind of more of an entry-level SLR that Canon came out with in the late 70s, I believe. So yeah, it's a fun little camera to shoot with if you want to shoot film. It's very user-friendly, and yeah, it's pretty much just like it adjusts shutter speed for you, and you only have to worry about the aperture on this one. So yeah, that's a pretty fun camera to use. Anyway, that's about it for what's in my camera bag 2022 edition. Maybe we'll have a 2023 edition as well from another amazing landscape like the Grand Canyon National Park here at sunset. It's pretty spectacular. I do like to kind of keep the weight down with my photography because I hike many miles sometimes when I'm out shooting, and I like to have as little weight as possible on my back. So that's kind of, you know, how I roll with it. If you guys do have any questions about any of the gear that I use, feel free to leave me a comment down below, and I'll do to the best of my ability to answer your questions and get back to you in a timely manner. But But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please subscribe down to my channel down below if you want to see more videos about landscape photography here in Grand Canyon National Park here in northern Arizona. And yeah, using the Lumix G85 to film my videos on, and the Lumix G9 to take all my photos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.